Morning, my name is Michael Hall. I'm the owner of 3DH Photography. Over the past few months, I've been receiving lots of questions about virtual reality tours, such as how do they work, would they be beneficial to the property I have, what type of properties can be done, and also ultimately what is the cost, because a lot of people look at virtual tours and think they're extremely expensive, and they're actually not. What I'm going to do today, I'm going to show you one of the virtual tours I created a few months back at BizSpace Milton Keynes, and basically show you how a virtual tour works, the overview, how you navigate around, and some of the key points like inserting videos or hyperlinks to generate more business from new customers. Anyway, so to operate the virtual tour, all I simply do is click on the play button. You'll notice first of all a three-dimensional view of the property comes up, and then it'll dive into a starting point. At the top of the page, we can see all the information of the property. I can expand that and put a lot of information in, or I can close it and move it away. At the bottom of the virtual tour, you'll see there is a show reel. This show reel is created highlighting some of the key parts of the property. I'll play that later, but for the time being, I will minimize this. At the bottom of the virtual tour as well, we have some tags with reference to the dollhouse. If I click on the dollhouse, it goes into a three-dimensional view. And this three-dimensional view, I can move around, and I can also zoom in or zoom out. I can also change which floor I wish to look at. So for example, I can go to just the ground floor. So it's just highlighting the ground floor. Or if I just want to do the first floor, you can just do the first floor as such, or I can do all the floors. Another nice feature is the top-down view. The top-down view, once again, you can zoom in or zoom out. You can insert tags. So for example, we can see there's a meeting room here, an office number, co-working space, and so on. The more vacant space available in the property, the more the virtual tour can take on board. Once again, you can also move from all to the first floor only, or you can move to the ground floor. To get back into the measuring tool, which you see here, this will go into a little bit detail later, and I'll show you exactly how this works. But if we go back into the little running man, we'll go back into the 3D space. So as we go back into the 3D space, I'm going to go down to the main entrance. So I'll go down to the ground floor, and I will move over to reception. Okay, so with the virtual tour, to move around, you can either use your mouse or just use the 4 arrow keys on your computer. You can also look up and down, look around, and you can also zoom in or zoom out. So it's pretty interactive. So some of the key features of a virtual tour, if I go towards the main entrance, what I've inserted on this property is a 360-degree picture outside. And to do this, all I do is just click on the tag. It will take me outside, and once again, I can look around, look and see the exterior of the building. To go back in, I just hit the little running man, and I go back into the property. With reference to inserting certain information on the reception desk, for this example purpose, I've actually inserted a video. So, and the way this video works, if I hover over this red circle or meta tag, as it's called, it will automatically start playing a video. Okay, the volume's down at the moment. The nice part about inserting video, especially on a property, is that you can have somebody talking about the property, so giving some of the key features of the property and the unique selling points before they actually start navigating around the property. Now, to get out of the video, it's very simple. All I do is just move my cursor away, and I'm back into the normal tour. And once again, to move around, I'm just using the arrows. And as we can see, these are all 360 shots that are actually being put together into one virtual tour. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go upstairs. So I'm basically using my arrows to do this. And at any point, you can look around and see what the property looks from different angles. If I go into now this property has a meeting room, and if you want to insert an external link, basically I've put a tag on the table here, and if I hover over the tag, basically it says if you want to rent the space, click on the link, and that will then take you to the BizSpace meeting rooms website where you can book the meeting room. So once again, really nice and easy. If I come out of the meeting room now, I'm going to go to one of the vacant offices, and once again I'm just moving around using my arrows. Now to get from A to B, you can either do it this way and have a good look at the property, or if you want to speed things up, what you can do is go into the top-down view, and then I can click. The office I want to go into is 14.6. I'm currently over here in the main atrium, and all I do is click my arrow, and it will immediately jump to where I want to be. It just saves time clicking up and down and moving around. If we go into office space here, once again, you'll notice there was a red tag on top of the table. And this tag has the information. If you're interested in this office, it says who the contact person is, once again with a link directly to inquire about the office space. And this can be used, the information you wish to put in is endless. You can put square footage, you can put the facilities within the room. And remember, virtual tours aren't just for business centers. They're for residential properties, they're for shops, they can be for pubs, hotels, anything that you really want to get customers having a look at on your website. And they are very, very interactive. So to come out of here, I just move my mouse away. I'm going to take a step back because the one little tool I want to show you is the measuring tool. So in the bottom left corner here, we've got this little measuring tool. And this is a great, I call it a toy, but it's a great toy to have if you're looking at property and you really want to get an idea of the size. So let's say I wish to measure the height of the doorway. So if I just click on the measuring tool, it will then ask me to start. So I click on the start button. I then take it to the top of the door and I click, and then I drag to the bottom of the door, and you see how it magnifies. I click again, click plus, and we can see that the door is 2.1 meters tall. And you can measure anything. So for example, if you want to measure the width of a desk, so you click on the tool again, you click on the corner of the desk, you drag it over, and you click on the other corner of the desk, and you click yes. And you can see the desk is 1.34 meters wide, and so on. There really is no stopping what you can measure. So for example, if I want to measure the height of the bookshelf, so we start at we start at the corner over here using the magnifying tool, and then we go down to the bottom with the magnifying tool, and we can see the bookshelf is 1.76 meters tall. So this is extremely useful, especially if people wish to purchase a property and they're not sure exactly if the furniture will fit through the door, or indeed if they might have an item of furniture that they feel might be too large for up against a certain wall space. But what I can do here to get out of it, I just click the cross at the top, and I'm basically out in the main menu. So what we're going to do now, we're going to move forward into the main atrium. And then once again, I'm just using the arrows on the mouse pad just to navigate and move around. So a lot of people say, is it Google Maps? In a way, yes, it's Google Maps for internal properties. What's also nice from these virtual tours is that I can pull 4K photography from the scans. It's a 360 camera that basically rotates, and then I move it forward every 5 feet. What it also does with the camera, because it's got 6 cameras and 3 lasers, it's also measuring the property as it goes. So I can actually print off very detailed floor plans up to 1% accuracy. What I cannot unfortunately do is print floor plans that are more than 28,000 square foot. Now the last thing I wanted to show you on this virtual tour, which is really interesting, and I mentioned at the beginning, is a show reel. So to operate the show reel, I'll basically open the highlights, and these are slides that I've created after creating the virtual tour. And it's just a nice way of a sort of slideshow to show the property. So all I do here is press play and minimize it. So what it's doing now is basically having a look at all the different slides that I created. And as we can see, they are pan shots. The pan width I can control. There is no limit on the amount of slides that you wish to put in. You can put 5, you can put 50 if you wanted to. It all depends on how long you want the slideshow to go. But once again, as you can see here, it's just showing some of the key features of the property. To stop the slideshow, all I do, wherever I pause, so wherever I've paused, it now tells me that's where I need to navigate from. And once again, if I click, if I use my keypad, I start moving around. So virtual tours, it's definitely been on the market for quite some time. Definitely is taking off, has been for 2020. My January 2021 is already fully booked. So popularity is growing. And yes, the price-wise, My company 3DH Photography charges on the size of the property. However, like I've always said throughout 2020, every price is negotiable as I need to help businesses. And my most common saying is, although I can't replace a actual viewing of a property, this is definitely the step in the right direction. So there we go. That's virtual reality tours. If you've got any questions, please do not hesitate to give me a shout, and my contact details will be in the link below. Anyway, thank you for watching, and have a wonderful day.